So, welcome once again, guys. I'm Kevin from Rage Against the Dice. I'm still full of cold. If this is the first video you've watched, you're thinking, what the hell? If it's not the first video you've watched, you know that I've had the same cold now for about a month, and it doesn't seem to be shifting. So if you hear some sniffing or any noises that are disgusting, I do sincerely apologise. We'll move on ahead. This is the first of our Batman miniatures game videos, which again are how-tos, much like the Marvel Universe miniature game, depending on the order you've watched them in. We're going to cover different sections of the game. Unlike the Marvel Universe miniature game, which I've been playing for quite a while now, Batman was one I played a while ago, and I'm now getting back into. So a lot of things are new learning experiences for me. The crew I've picked for myself is the Joker, and I'm going to run through his card, give you a bit about it. Again, when we cover the rule book, we'll certainly give you much more details. So straight away you can see there's a picture up in the top corner of the Joker himself. Look at him there, smiling face, green hair, slick back, looking dashing as ever. Now at the top there, the first thing you've got is the name. Now that's the actual person's name. So with the Joker, it's unknown. If it was, say, a Batman card, it might say Bruce Wayne, or if they release a version of Batman when Dick Grayson wore the cowl, it would say Dick Grayson on there. And then the alias would be, in this case, it's the Joker. If it was the two examples we used previously, it would say Batman. Now the name, you can't have more than one of that particular character, if that's correct. Someone, if I've got that wrong, as I said, I'm still relearning the rules, pop me a little message in the comments, and I'll be able to correct it for future videos. But I'm pretty sure, so if your name says Bruce Wayne, you can't take 4 Bruce Waynes, all the different versions of. And then said you've got your alias, which in this case is the Joker. Next is the rank. Rank is where he would come within your crew or gang or mob, etc. With this case, he's a leader, so he's going to lead your people, and you can't have more than one leader. And then he's affiliated with the Joker crew, meaning he can be taken within any Joker crew itself. Some characters will be free agents, and they can go anywhere. Some are free agents, but they still have affiliations, so always check your cards when you're writing your lists. There's a number of different websites that are actually really good to help you. Night Model's website's fantastic. It has all their product listings, so if you wanted, I don't know, Deadshot for instance, you could look up Deadshot on their website and you can click under the pricing structure, I think it is. It'll say product data sheet, unless, because I know they've just updated the website, so that might have changed, but you click under there, it'll bring up the card itself, and that way you can look at it and go, he will fit in with whichever crew I'm doing. Brilliant, I can take him. Save you purchasing models you're never going to use. That's enough with regards to that, though. So next thing we've got down here is the attack, or the attacks that you can use, and then it gives you the name of said attack, explosive teeth or poison knife, the damage that they do, so that's 1 red, or 1 blood, and 1 black or 1 stun, and they would go across. They would place on your opponent's endurance bar if you cause those damages. And then you've got the ROF, or rate of fire. So with ranged weapons there, he can do 1 of those per turn. Some of them may say 2, may say 3, and then the ammo, which is the amount of ammo, meaning the amount of times that they can do said skill, or said attack. So he can do explosive teeth 3 times without any kind of ammo rerolls or anything like that per game. Each time he does, you get a little ammo token, and again you can pick those up in a number of different places. Night Models do their own, I believe. I could be wrong on that one. I know they do markers, so you could use the little Joker markers, etc. Can't remember if they do ammo ones. I know there are a number of different websites out there, though, and you could be on for hours scouring the internet looking for them, and I certainly encourage it if you're that type of person. And then you've got the special attributes or special skills associated with those attacks. So explosive teeth is a firearm of medium range, and it's explosive, and then with a poison knife it's sharp. On a critical it poisons, which gives toxic, 2 red. with regards to it. We'll cover skills and attacks and things like that in much more detail, certainly as I get to grips with the game a bit more and when we run through the rulebook itself. Here we've got personal traits. Chaos Agent, which I know there's a lot of non-Joker players there flipping the lid, tipping over tables and getting very angry about that particular skill. We won't go into it in big details, but it's a one that people find to be the most broken, or certainly one of the most broken. I, being a Joker player, I really like it. But anyway, on to his next personal traits, which is Luck. He has One-Shot Gun, Poison Master, Total Vision, and Trickster. With regards to this, all these rules will be in the first rulebook, and they'll also be in the small Suicide Squad rulebook, which comes within the box set itself. I'm not sure whether they are covered in the Flash book or the new campaign book that's coming out shortly thereafter. I would have to double check with regards to them. I know at some point they are planning to consolidate everything into one sort of compendium of stats, or one big rule book. Or there's certainly whisperings on the internet of such, so keep an eye out for that. Now, with regards to this has your reputation. Now, this at the moment says 90, but Joker's just had an FAQ which has changed that. So what I'll do, instead of reprinting out the card, which you're more than welcome to do from Night Model's website, they certainly have no issue with that, is I'll just get a little sticker and I'll put it over it and I'll write what the correct points are. Just when I go to tournaments and things like that, I'm not ripping anyone off or spinning it like I'm taking more than I should because I've got less points. But yeah, your reputation's how you build your crews. So this is a Joker crew. You'll play at a certain reputation points. Tournaments tend to be 300 or 350, I believe. And you would build it accordingly, much like when you're writing a 40k list and you've got your 1,500 points. You just sort of build an army of that. With these, it's the same. You've got 350 to play with. Of that, Joker would cost 90 or whatever it is now, 105, 115, something like that. I would have to double check the FAQ. Which again, free to download from Night Model's website. You can't fault them on that. Funding. Now, certain characters cost funding within the game. Usually that's if they've got a gun or something special like that. Now, leaders and sidekicks, I'm pretty sure don't have any funding. Sidekicks I could be wrong on. And again, throw it in the comments below. Give me a load of abuse about the fact that I've got that wrong. I'm quite happy with that. Certainly, I know like your henchmen and stuff, if you've got a gun, if you've got certain weaponry, that's going to cost you funding. And whenever you're playing a game, that's another thing you'll set up. So you'll set up the points and you'll set up how much spend you've got, how much funds you've got in order to build your crew. So you could build a 350 point list that looks beautiful, but if it's over that funding value that you're allowed set by, whatever that tournament is or whatever game you've decided to play, you can't take it. You need to have a bit of a reshuffle. Guys with little knives, when you've got the Joker's crew, and guys with bats and things like that, they're certainly going to help you out with that because they're not going to cost any funding. Get a couple of cheap ones of those in and then take, a panda bear with a sniper rifle or whatever suits your needs. We'll move over to the other side now. So the Joker has 8 willpower, which means per turn he gets 8 counters, tokens, dice, whatever you want to use to distribute amongst the card. Now he's a strength of 4+. He's got movement of 2, meaning you can put 2 of your willpower on that. Attack of 4, meaning you can put 4 of your willpower on that. 4 defense, again to protect yourself against melee. Endurance, now he's got 8, meaning he can take 8 blood until he dies. Or a mix of stun and blood to be incapacitated or knocked out. Again, still learning. If I've got little bits of that wrong, absolutely tell me. I won't know unless you tell me, or when my opponent points it out. And then you've got special at the bottom. Now you can put 3 on there. Certain actions require you to do, say, a movement and a special, or an attack and a special, and they'll usually be listed either within the rules of that particular personal trait or special trait, or specific attack. Again, the rulebook's got a wealth of knowledge. Because I'm less knowledgeable on this particular game than I am, say, the Marvel Universe miniature game, at this point in time, I'm going to leave it at that. Show you just quickly the front and back. So it's the Joker, shows the cool design, which is the same one that's on my hardback rulebook. Beautiful quality. And then on the back, it shows you a picture of the Joker himself. Now, I know you're thinking, well, I know what the Joker looks like, but certainly when you've got your henchmen and stuff, if they're named, you'll be able to match them up to the stat card a lot quicker. And again, it's in that top corner there. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave you with that. If you want any more information on it, you can check out Night Model's website. There are free versions of the rules kicking around, but I believe they are older versions. I would certainly recommend either picking up the Suicide Squad box set, because you get the small paperback rule book, or I would get the hardback Batman or Joker edition rulebook, because the artwork in it's fantastic. It gives you a lot of information. It gives you ideas and help with painting and scenery as well. In terms of, visuals within the book, I would certainly, if it's a game you're going to get into, I would check it out. Also, follow us step by step, subscribe. We're going to be doing, how to do different sequences, and we'll get the models out so you can actually see. So I'm learning at the same time you guys are learning. Other than that, there's a load of other websites online. Certainly there's a couple I've linked below that I found really, really useful. So if you want to learn how to play, you can watch those videos. They'll help you out immensely. Certainly give those guys a like and a subscribe, as well as giving us a like and a subscribe. I'll leave it there for now though. Spin that card around and show you it one last time. And then, as always, or if it's the first time you're watching, I'm just going to say, pray to the dice gods and hope they smile upon you. Take care, guys.